In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NFL games happening on December 15, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Jets versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Two of the most underwhelming teams in the American Football Conference are set to face off this Sunday in Jacksonville when the New York Jets visit the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both teams enter the game with identical records of 3-10, which speaks volumes about their struggles throughout the season. The Jets are currently enduring a 5-game losing streak, a trend that has marred their entire campaign. On the other side, the Jaguars are also grappling with adversity, as they will be finishing the season without their starting quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, due to injury. The Jets have once again found themselves trapped in a season full of disappointment and setbacks. They started the year on a dismal 2-6 record, suffering losses to formidable teams like the San Francisco 49ers, Denver Broncos, Minnesota Vikings, Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers, and New England Patriots. Despite managing a brief glimmer of hope with a victory over the Houston Texans, New York quickly fell back into their losing ways with consecutive defeats to the Arizona Cardinals, Indianapolis Colts, and Seattle Seahawks. In last weekend's matchup against the Miami Dolphins, the Jets appeared to be in control, holding a 23-15 lead heading into the fourth quarter. However, a collapse in the final moments saw them outscored 17-3, leading to a heartbreaking 32-26 overtime loss. Meanwhile, the Jaguars have also struggled to find any consistency this season. Their campaign began with a 2-5 stretch, with defeats to the Miami Dolphins, Cleveland Browns, Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans, and Chicago Bears. Things only got worse as Jacksonville went on another losing streak, falling to the Green Bay Packers, Philadelphia Eagles, Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, and Houston Texans. However, the Jaguars managed to secure a dramatic victory last Sunday against the Tennessee Titans. In an unexpected turn of events, they scored 10 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, clinching a hard-fought 10-6 win. This matchup between two 3-10 teams brings with it a glimmer of hope for fans who have had little to cheer for this season. For the Jets, Aaron Rodgers has shown signs of life after an otherwise unremarkable year. Interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich, who took over following Robert Sale's departure, has faced immense challenges, recording 7 losses in 8 games. Despite this, last week's performance against Miami offered some positives. Rodgers threw for 339 yards, marking his highest single-game total in over 3 years. Both Garrett Wilson and Davante Adams surpassed 100 receiving yards, and the offense showed resilience, avoiding punts until late in the third quarter. They now face a Jacksonville defense that has struggled mightily, ranking near the bottom of the league in passing yards allowed per attempt and passing touchdowns conceded. For the Jaguars, their win against the Titans was far from convincing. The team remains without Trevor Lawrence due to a concussion, and backup quarterback Mac Jones has not been an adequate replacement. Jones struggled last week, throwing 2 interceptions and bringing his season totals to just 2 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Jacksonville's offense has been largely ineffective, managing 10 points or fewer in 3 of their last 4 games. Against a Jets defense that has allowed the fewest passing touchdowns in the league and ranks 7th in sacks, the Jaguars' prospects look bleak. Although it has been a challenging season for both teams, the Jets may have slightly more motivation to finish strong. Aaron Rodgers, though not the player he once was, is likely playing to prove he still deserves a starting role in the NFL next season. He showed improvement last week, throwing for over 300 yards, and will now face a Jaguars secondary that ranks 31st in the league. Jacksonville's defense as a whole is also among the worst in the NFL. Conversely, the Jaguars' offense continues to falter with Jones under center, averaging only 122 passing yards per game with limited scoring output. The Jets, with a veteran roster, are better equipped to close out the season on a high note, while the Jaguars might benefit from losing to secure a higher draft pick. So the New York Jets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Jets' offensive struggles have been well documented this season, with the team ranking near the bottom of the league in scoring, averaging less than 17 points per game. A lack of protection for Rodgers due to a patchwork offensive line has hindered the passing game, while the ground attack has been inconsistent. The team has also struggled in red zone situations, converting touchdowns on fewer than half of their opportunities. These inefficiencies are evident in their poor third down conversion rate, which hovers around 30%. As a result, many of their games have been low-scoring affairs, with 5 of their last 6 matchups hitting the under. Jacksonville's defense, however, has shown improvement, particularly against the run, ranking in the top 10 in rushing yards allowed. This could force the Jets to rely on their shaky passing game. Additionally, the Jaguars excel at creating turnovers, ranking in the top 10 in takeaways, which could further disrupt the Jets' offense. Both teams have struggled in situational football, with poor third down and red zone efficiency, leading to stalled drives, more punts, and fewer touchdowns. Special teams could also play a role, as both teams have kickers with inconsistent records from long range. Missed field goals might contribute to keeping the scoring low. Trends further support a low-scoring outcome. The Jets have seen the under hit in 5 of their last 6 games due to a combination of defensive strength and offensive inefficiency. Similarly, 4 of Jacksonville's last 6 games have gone under, as they have leaned heavily on their defense in key moments. Both teams rank poorly in red zone efficiency, with the Jets at 23rd and the Jaguars at 17th. Additionally, their offenses are among the lowest scoring in the league, with the Jets ranked 25th and the Jaguars close behind at 26th. Jacksonville's issues are compounded by Jones' struggles, as the team has managed only 2 touchdown passes against 5 interceptions this season. The Jets' defense, which has allowed the fewest passing touchdowns in the league, should keep Jacksonville's offense in check. Last week, the Jets held the Dolphins to just 44 rushing yards, a testament to their defensive prowess. Meanwhile, New York's offense, though showing promise last week, remains a question mark. The Jets rank near the bottom in yards per attempt and rushing yards, giving the Jaguars' defense an opportunity for some success. Neither team seems likely to break into the mid-20s in scoring. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Cowboys versus Carolina Panthers. 2 National Football Conference teams, both eager to secure a victory, will clash on Sunday as the Dallas Cowboys visit the Carolina Panthers. These squads last faced each other in Week 11 of the previous season, a game in which the Cowboys dominated with a 23-point victory on the road. Heading into this matchup, the Cowboys are coming off a disappointing Monday night loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, falling 27-20 despite being 4.5-point underdogs at home. Meanwhile, the Panthers recently traveled to Philadelphia, where they performed better than anticipated but still succumbed to a 22-16 defeat as significant 13.5-point underdogs. The Dallas Cowboys entered this game with a 5-8 record after their latest setback against the Bengals. In that game, Dallas held a slim 20-17 lead in the 4th quarter but ultimately gave up the final 10 points, sealing their 27-20 defeat. The Cowboys were outperformed in several key areas, being outgained 433-322 in total yardage and losing the turnover battle 2-1. They also struggled on third downs, converting just 4 of 10 attempts. Before this loss, Dallas had shown flashes of competitiveness, securing back-to-back wins against the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. This season, their offense has averaged 21 points per game, generating 231.4 passing yards and 91.2 rushing yards per contest. However, their defense has struggled significantly, allowing opponents an average of 28 points per game. The Carolina Panthers, sitting at 3-10 for the season, are also coming off a narrow loss, this time against the Philadelphia Eagles. Carolina held a 16-14 advantage in the 3rd quarter but failed to capitalize, falling 22-16 after a crucial drop touchdown pass late in the game. Despite the loss, the Panthers outgained the Eagles 302-292 in total yards and converted 7 of 16 third down opportunities, but turned the ball over once while failing to force any turnovers themselves. Prior to their defeat in Philadelphia, the Panthers suffered consecutive close losses to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Carolina's offense has averaged a modest 18 points per game, with 186.8 passing yards and 106.2 rushing yards per game. However, their defense has been porous, surrendering a league-worst 30 points per game. While the Panthers have performed admirably against the spread this season, there's little evidence to suggest this 3-10 team should be favored by 3 points against Dallas. Although the Cowboys remain without Dak Prescott, the rest of their roster is intact and capable of competing effectively. Dallas has managed to win 2 of their last 3 games without Prescott, including victories over the Giants and Commanders. Running back Rico Dowdle is coming off his best performance of the season, giving the Cowboys' rushing attack a much-needed spark. Against a Panthers defense that has been historically bad, allowing an NFL worst 30 points per game, Dallas has a favorable matchup. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is listed as questionable but participated in practice on Wednesday, a promising sign for his availability on Sunday. While Panthers rookie quarterback Bryce Young has shown improvement, his progress has been marginal as he hasn't thrown more than 1 touchdown pass in any of his last 5 outings. With Micah Parsons anchoring the Dallas defense and applying constant pressure, Young could be forced into costly mistakes. Given these factors, the Dallas Cowboys to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Sunday's game features a clash between 2 of the league's worst defenses, with the Panthers allowing an alarming 30 points per game and the Cowboys not far behind at 28. Carolina's offense, while inconsistent, has shown signs of life, scoring 18 points per game. Dallas has leaned heavily toward high-scoring games this season, hitting the over in 8 of their 13 contests, including 6 of 10 games as underdogs. Similarly, Carolina has surpassed the total in 9 of their 13 games, with a particularly strong record of 5-1 to the over when playing at home. The Panthers' offense has found a spark recently, producing 66 points across their last 3 games despite facing tough competition from potential playoff teams. However, their defensive struggles have persisted, as they've allowed at least 22 points in 12 of their 13 games this season, the lone exception being a matchup against the struggling New York Giants. Dallas, meanwhile, has been plagued by injuries and inconsistent defensive play, conceding at least 27 points in 7 of their last 8 outings. The lone exception in that stretch also came against the Giants, highlighting their struggles against competent offenses. The quarterback play for both teams has been better than anticipated. Bryce Young has demonstrated progress, averaging over 200 passing yards per game while limiting turnovers over the past 5 weeks. For Dallas, Cooper Rush has stepped in admirably, throwing 5 touchdown passes against just 1 interception in his last 3 starts. While neither quarterback is performing at an elite level, both are capable of leading their offenses on multiple scoring drives. With defenses ranked at the bottom of the league and several key defenders sidelined due to injuries, the conditions are ripe for an offensive showcase. Neither team is in playoff contention, reducing the likelihood of conservative play calling. Both offensive coordinators are likely to take an aggressive approach, resulting in a game that should exceed the projected total. As such, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.